Ladies and gentlemen, today we are ranking every single World at War to Black Ops 4 Zombies shotgun. Now, there are only 18 of these, which is definitely not that bad, and World at War only has 2, which is insane, and they're both on the wall, so let's get right into this. The first one is the iconic, this is the trench gun. Now, the trench gun is one of my favorite shotguns of all time. This thing is so much fun to use on Doris. It is incredibly powerful against the dogs. It has quite a lot of clip ammo, so you'll be able to put in a ton of DPS inside of the zombies. You are able to do a lot as well against it once you get it upgraded. You can have so much ammo as well, considering that you can buy this off the wall. Granted, the only thing that I feel like this gun definitely falters on is the damage later on in the rounds, but that is with every single World at War gun. And so honestly, because this tier list is based off of damage, iconicism, and also a lot of the gameplay mechanics, excluding double pack a bunch of Black Ops 3, I believe this is an S tier shotgun. I simply believe that the trench gun is one of the most iconic shotguns in all of gaming and easily deserves to be an S. While yes, the damage is probably more so in the A tier, the iconicism of it alone propels it inside of the S tier. Now, coming up to our next shotgun that is also on the wall, this is, ladies and gentlemen, the double barrel. Now, the double barrel is, again, another variant that you can find off the wall on Nocturne Totem with the sawed-off, but because there's no pack-a-punch variant, it's definitely not as good. But the thing is that the double barrel definitely gets hindered because of its name. 2 shots, even upgraded, and so that is kind of the issue. Why would you ever pick up this shotgun when the trench gun simply exists and you would be able to put way more DPS inside of the zombies? I think even like in the round 17s here, you can see it instantly eliminates the dogs, but when it comes to the zombies, it's practically almost 2-shotting on round 17. And so because it's got just such a beautiful camo with the original World at War etching pack-a-punch camo, I think that the double barrel deserves to be in the B tier. I think it's iconic enough to be there, but the problem is that, listen, I agree, yes, the damage is definitely in the C tier. I still think it is inside of the B tier. One of the better wall weapons to pick up on World at War Zombies, and again, I think World at War Zombies excelled with the shotguns, and now we're getting into BO1, and you're going to see how they absolutely failed shotguns in this game. Coming up with our next one, this is, ladies and gentlemen, the Olympia. Now, it's going to be crazy for me to say this, but brace yourself. The World at War shotguns are literally practically all better than the Black Ops 1 shotguns, I would say, apart from the Olympia, and this is a spawn room weapon. You know the famous debate, M14 gang versus Olympia gang. I did a ZWC, a zombie weapon comparison, years ago, talking about the damage between these two weapons, and I will always say that the Olympia is stronger. This thing can propel you to about round 30. It also has a flame effect on the zombies. If only Double Tap 2.0 was in this game, I think this could have been easily an S tier shotgun, but because of that, it's definitely better than the double barrel, and so the Olympia, I think, belongs inside the A tier. It's an amazing shotgun considering it's also on the wall as well, and that unique pack-a-punch effect with the fire definitely propels it a lot as well. So A tier it is for the Olympia. Now, coming up next, we have one of the most forgettable shotguns, I think, of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Stakeout. Now, the Stakeout is another wall weapon on maps like Black Ops 1's Keynote or Totem, but the problem is with the Stakeout is look at the damage on round 40. It's just not there. The zombies are literally sneezing these 500 pellets out of the bullet whenever this man fires the shotgun. I mean, it is just insane how terrible this thing is. Sure, you get a foregrip, and yes, it is a wall weapon, but the problem is that the ammo is terrible, the damage is terrible. When a wall weapon from the spawn room is better, you know that something is severely wrong, and that is why I believe the Stakeout doesn't even scratch the B tier. The double barrel is definitely better than this thing. I'm going to give this Stakeout an easy C tier. It definitely is an F tier, considering that I think any wall weapon should easily at least be C tier, because you can buy ammo for it, making it at least more viable than box weapons. But coming up to another box weapon shotgun, ladies and gentlemen, this is the HS-10. Now, I love the concept for this weapon in Black Ops 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first double barrel dual wield shotgun ever. It's not double barrel, but it's dual wield shotgun. The only dual-wield shotgun, I think, in all of Call of Duty Zombies. Granted, we're not going to count Blundergat, even though that's not dual-wield, but It is such a cool looking weapon, and then as soon as you fire it, it just lets you down dramatically. The damage is awful. The ammo is also terrible as well. There's only 80 in the reserve when you're holding 16 in the clip at once, which is mind-blowingly low. Black Ops 1 was notorious for having some of the lowest ammo counts of all time, and I think because of that, the HS-10 also unupgraded is just a piece of garbage. This is going to be our very first F-tier shotgun. The HS-10 is completely unviable, and I think it is easily one of the worst shotguns ever made by Treyarch. So coming up next now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the original SPAS 12 from not Modern Warfare 2. Listen, it's not Modern Warfare 2. I wish it was. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SPAS 12 from Black Ops 1. Now, Black Ops 1 SPAS 12 is a more iconic weapon. You are able to actually reload 24 shots all at once with this weapon, which is amazing. And considering that the damage is better, the only problem with this SPAS is that there's no wall weapon spots for buying ammo for this thing. It's a box weapon, but it is infinitely better than the HS-10. You can have way more DPS put into the zombies, faster fire rate. The reload goes from being extremely slow on PAP to just insane pack-a-punch. And the fact that it's still even viable on round 40 here, even though the ammo is low, I think easily propels this thing at least inside of the C tier or B tier. I think, man, I'm struggling to either put this next to the double barrel or the Stakeout, but this thing is infinitely better than the Stakeout, even though the Stakeout is on the wall. And so I honestly think, yes, shotguns on BO1 all still suck. I think, you know what, I'm going to put this at the top of... I'll put it below the double barrel. I'll put it right here in B tier. I think it could also be top of C tier. But you know what? Actually, I'm going to put it at the top of C tier because double barrel, you can only buy ammo off the wall for that, and that makes it infinitely better than any of the BO1 shotguns. And look at this. They added 4 shotguns. They doubled the amount of World at War, and half of them are worse than the double barrel. Even more than half. That is just an absolute crime. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Black Ops 1. Let's get into Black Ops 2. This next one coming up is the BO2 version of the S12. Now, the S12 in Exo Zombies was actually one of the best variants of the shotgun of all time. I even think it's like the best weapon to grab in Exo Zombies, but this could not be farther from the truth in Black Ops 2. This S12 is complete garbage. It's only in the box as well, and you can see how Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 have some of the worst shotguns in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. Pack-a-Punch, you only get 60 bullets total, and it doesn't even one-shot with double tap 2.0 in this game, by the way, on round 25. So easily, I think, with all the upgrades, it still being this bad. I don't care if it has a fast mag. I don't care what this is. This thing is completely unviable. I don't know why any human being would ever put this thing in the Pack-a-Punch machine. This is another F tier with the HS-10. I think this is the HS-10 revitalized, and honestly, the HS-10 will go lower, but the S12 is definitely in the F tier because this thing is just absolute garbage. Now, coming up next, we have a very exciting BO2 shotgun. This is the KSG, which, ladies and gentlemen, is actually an exclusive weapon that you can only get on Origins. Now, in the KSG, listen, the damage is not good. You can see on round 19 here, it's like 3 shots to take a zombie. But the greatest thing about the KSG is that it has really good long range. And for Panzers on this map, that could be a really good idea. It can really help you out. Upgraded, it definitely does a lot more damage. But even upgraded here on round 19, you can see that it still is struggling to take out zombies. It's a 2-shot without double tap 2.0. And so, listen, I love the KSG inside of Black Ops 2's MP, but for zombies, I think this is just another B tier shotgun. I'm gonna leave it there just because I don't think that, again, breaches the double barrel, but it was really unique and really cool for what it was able to add, and I think that it is still one of the better long range shotguns inside of Call of Duty Zombies. Now, coming up next, we've got the Remington. Now, this is one of the most iconic shotguns I think that you can find inside of Black Ops 2. The nice part is that it is a wall weapon. So any wall weapon instantly propels it to C tier, right? But the thing about the Remington is that I don't think it's going to go above that C tier because even upgraded, look at this. Look at these criminally low ammo counts. 70 in the reserve with 10 in the clip, and it is barely taking out zombies. Sure, there's no double tap 2.0 in this gameplay, but still the reload is slower than the SPAS 12. inside of Black Ops 1 zombies, and that is just an absolute crime. And so you know what, because of that, I think I'm going to put this Remington in C tier and actually propel the SPAS 12 into B tier, because yeah, this is just the worst, more inferior version of the SPAS 12, and the fact that you can just practically run out of ammo with it is just horrendous. Round 53, it's like, what is this thing even doing? Honestly, I think the Remington is just another C tier shotgun. A lot of the shotguns in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are severely mid. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our new list with that. But now coming up next to our last upgraded shotgun for Black Ops 2 Zombies, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the M1216. Now the M1216 is a very unique shotgun, to say the absolute least. It has 16 bullets, but it changes the barrel every 4 bullets. And so early rounds, when you just want to pump DPS into the zombies, it is just insane. If you don't know what DPS is, it's damage per second. And so it's amazing for that, but the problem is already on round 24, it is barely taking out the zombies. Granted, it doesn't have double tap 2.0, and I do think this is the highest DPS shotgun with inside of Black Ops 2, but the thing is that does this even beat the SPAS, because you have to constantly change the barrel? And sure, you have 24 in the clip, but only 72 in the reserve? It's so bad. Like, the ammo counts in this game is awful. And again, it's another weapon that doesn't exist inside of the box. So honestly, it's just another mid shotgun. It's not on the wall, I mean. And so I'm going to have to put this exactly where it is right here, just below the SPAS. Because yes, I believe the SPAS is better than every other one of these shotguns right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for BO2. Again, just horrid shotguns that they added into this game. The fact that World at War added 2 shotguns and it's better than almost all of them except the Olympia is genuinely depressing, in my opinion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Black Ops 3. This is a unique shotgun, being the Banshee. Now, the Banshee is a very unique shotgun that was only added in Revelations. And this shotgun is a futuristic shotgun added into Black Ops 3 MP first. And granted, I have never ever decided to run this weapon on Revelations when the Thunder Gun and the Apothecon Servant literally exist alongside it. And so you can see here that I just think that this weapon is just kind of useless. Sure, it's like one-shotting Margwa heads on round 18, but the projectile bullet is also very inaccurate, and I honestly just don't understand why you would run this when it's got low ammo. The damage is not there. Sure, it's got great penetration, which is very cool, but why would you run this when the AATs exist on BO3? It's just completely useless. I don't understand. And so honestly, I think this is just going to be another B tier shotgun. I do think that it is better than all of the B tiers. And so yes, because it has more penetration, I will put it at the top of B tier. But I just think that everything else is just better. I think the Olympia is better. I think the trench gun is better. Like, again, we're not counting double pack punch. If we were counting double pack, Banshee would just be instant S tier. But because of that, I still think it's B tier. You know, it's just not iconic as well. And BO3 does change, though, with the rest of the shotguns. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the KRM. Now, the KRM, everybody, including myself, slept on this shotgun when it first came out. But this shotgun is one of the best shotguns in all of Call of Duty Zombies. On the wall, which instantly just makes it amazing. You can run wall power on Black Ops 2, which is Gobblegum that just instantly pack-a-punches it into the Dagon's Glare, which is so powerful against the Panzer. You can just spam it and go ka-choom, 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 and it just destroys all of the zombies. Upgraded, this is one of the greatest shotguns of all time, and the fact that you can constantly buy ammo on it, and it is used for multiple world record strategies for high rounds on maps like Der Eisendrache and any other zombies map where there's a prevalent zombie boss. This one is one of the best bullet weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies, and I think this easily breaches our #1 spot for all of shotguns. Easily breaches the trench gun. This is one of the best shotguns that Call of Duty has ever had, and you don't even need to rely on the double pap abilities. It's insane that this never got a nerf, and you are able to put out so much damage with the KRM, and for that reason alone, it is an easy S tier shotgun above the trench gun. Easily the best shotgun, I think, in all of Call of Duty Zombies. I still don't think that there's anything that's really been beat. Apart from the Cold War weapons, I mean, we could talk about the Gallo. The Gallo would be S tier as well, but we are saving all of that for another list. Now, coming up next, we got the classic, the one and only, the Argus. Now, the Argus it's a shotgun. It's a shot. Listen, I love my boy, and it is one of the most unique looking shotguns ever. I really think that everybody remembers the Argus from Black Ops 3 multiplayer, obviously more than in Zombies. And so in multiplayer, I believe that this shotgun actually has really good range and really good damage at range as well. The big problem, obviously, with the Argus is that it's a box weapon only. It's also featured in BO4, but the damage also is pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie. Me and my homies love the Argus. The ammo count is also pretty low for this weapon. And so, again, it just pains me to put this here, but you know what? I might just put this at the bottom of A just for the iconicism of this weapon. Sure, the damage is just not great, but you know what? Nah, I'm going to put this inside of the B tier. I'll put it actually just below the Banshee, just because, like I said, the Banshee does have a unique aspect where it does have penetration through the kills of the zombies, and so easily, I think this deserves to be inside of B tier. B tier for Argus. Listen, Argus, I love you. If it was up to me, I'd put you in A tier. But you know what? We're ranking this statistically with all the damage and all of that. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have some of the best shotguns left in all of Call of Duty Zombies to rank. I'm not even joking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Brechi. Now, the Brechi was supposed to be a shotgun with inside of Black Ops 4 Zombies as well, but it was cut out, and I genuinely believe that it was cut out because of how strong this thing is. While yes, it is not the strongest shotgun, it is still easily at the minimum an A tier shotgun, and it's not even on the wall. The damage for this thing is insane. You're able to pump out so much of it as well. It's got great ammo. Upgraded, it is still extremely viable for many boss runs. The biggest issue is that because it's inside the box, most people will never get it, and that is why I don't think it belongs inside of the S tier, even though I do believe there's one box weapon shotgun that does belong in the S tier. This one is still amazing and easily broken also in Black Ops 3 multiplayer, and I believe that is why the Brechi definitely deserves to be inside of the A tier. I'm going to put it actually above the Olympia because it is an amazing shotgun. While yes, it's not going to be easy to get, unlike the KRM, it's still an incredible shotgun. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what the last shotgun in BO3 is. We're saving the best for last. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Haymaker. Now, the Haymaker, do I even need to explain the Haymaker? As soon as you pick this up, I believe this is like the best bullet weapon in Black Ops 3 Zombies. It is just damage. 16 bullets in the clip of just fully auto DPS, plus you got double tap 2.0, plus you got the AATs. This, I believe, is actually better than the KRM, and the only thing that's holding this bad boy back is that it doesn't have a wall buy spot, which is why I believe the KRM in a lot of other speedrunners' minds is the better shotgun. But dude, the DPS that you can pump out of the Haymaker is criminal. I think the only other con I could give this thing is pretty low ammo, but man, the damage is insane. It's easily better than the Brechi. Everybody loves the Haymaker. It is one of the best shotguns of all time. As you can see, the ammo is low, but upgraded when you got alchemical and all that. BO3 is one of those games where you really don't have to worry about ammo too much, and so because of that, I'm going to put the Haymaker easily inside of the S tier. And yes, I will put it above the KRM. This is one of the greatest shotguns of all time. But ladies and gentlemen, now with Black Ops 4, there's only 3 shotguns, and let's start off with one of the best weapons inside of the game of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the MOG 12. Now, at the beginning of the Black Ops 4 life cycle, the MOG 12 was the best weapon hands down. It was on the wall, upgraded, it would just destroy everything. Zombies, bosses, catalysts. This thing was a menace, and it was so much fun to have. Granted, Treyarch did manage to patch this weapon when Dead of the Night released, and it's still, in my opinion, is still an S tier shotgun. The MOG 12, while yes, it does get outbeat now by the Spitfire on BO4 being the highest DPS gun inside of the game, the MOG 12 is still insane. And because of that, I believe it definitely belongs inside of the S tier. I don't believe that this even beats like the KRM or the Haymaker, but I do believe that it does beat the trench gun. And again, the MOG 12 is one of the best shotguns that we have ever had in Call of Duty Zombies. And it's wild considering that shotgun started in World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 for the most part being absolute garbage. And as we progressed, BO3 got insane. BO4, it's literally the meta gun. Black Ops Cold War as well. The Gallo is still one of the best weapons of all time. So the MOG 12 easily deserves to be inside of the S tier, just above the trench gun. And as you can see, like I said, half of the ones in C tier, F tier, and B tier are from World at War, BO1, and BO2, which is really crazy. Now, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the SG12. Now, in my opinion, this is just like the better version of the S12 from BO2. It's kind of like what Exo Zombies was trying to do with the S12 on that version of the game. Regardless though, because this is also not on the wall, it's completely useless, I find, on BO4. While yes, the damage is high, yes, it can do a lot of DPS up front, and it is really good for taking out certain boss zombies, I still think the MOG 12 is better. And the fact that you have to spin the box on BO4 to get this is an absolute nightmare when there's super spinners. And the other problem is no double tap 2.0 in this game, and so you already know that the SG12 is going to be instantly hindered by that. And to be quite honest, I just think that this is just going to be slightly better than the original S12, but I do think that it doesn't even breach the A tier. And you know what? I'll put it at the top of B tier. Honestly, I'm going to mix some things around because I'm going to put Banshee at the bottom of A simply because of the penetration. And the SG12, I'm going to put behind the Argus, okay? Argus stands tall. He's my boy. He's my G from the start. So you know what? Argus is at the top of B. We'll put the BO4 S12 behind it. Now, coming up next, and our last BO4 weapon, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rampage. Now, the Rampage was a DLC weapon added with inside of the BO4 life cycle, I believe. And the Rampage is just like another version of the Spas, I feel like, from Black Ops 1. It's definitely better. The damage is a little bit better, I would say, as well. But the problem is that, again, with BO4, you have specialist weapons. Shotguns are practically useless on this game as well. I'm going to be honest. When the MOG 12 exists, why would you ever pick up the shotgun, in my opinion? And so, to be honest, I just believe that this is like practically right next to the S12. They're pretty much the exact same carbon copy shotgun. And so I'm going to just put this inside of the B tier. And so you can see that with this list, most shotguns are pretty much mid in Call of Duty Zombies. They're either insane or just mid, or you have the HS-10 and the S12 from BO2 that are absolute caca pee pee poo poo. I mean, granted, this thing does have way more ammo than the original S12 from BO2, and so to be quite honest, I think it's just going to go right next to it. I do think that it is better than S12, but you know what? It's not beating my boy Argus. The Argus is way better. I'll put the S12 or the Rampage right about here. So you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for all of the shotguns in World at War to Black Ops 4. Let me know down in the comment section if you'd like me to do any of the Black Ops Cold weapons. I would love to do one big tier list for them. And ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to find my tier list and rank them as well, just go onto Tiermaker and look up every shotgun, every LMG, every SMG, and Trayer Call of Duty Zombies from World at War to BO4, and you will find every single one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see y'all in that next one, baby.